Hi everybody, my name's Chandler. I'm an AmeriCorps serving at Spectrum, and today we're going to talk about lodgepole pine forests. These forests are found at high elevations in the northern Rockies, which includes where we are in western Montana, and in the Cascade Range, which is found in Oregon, Washington, and southern Canada. The forest stays cool during the day and frosty at night, even during the summer. They're characterized by these trees, lodgepole pines. As you can see, they're pretty tall, and they grow really close together so that their branches touch. This causes a lot of sun to be blocked out from the lower regions of the forest. The trunks aren't very wide, and you'd probably be able to wrap your arms around some of them. The trees in our forest are all pretty old for lodgepoles, around 80 years. Some have even fallen over already and died. Any idea why they're all a similar age? We'll find out soon. There are some other trees in the forest. They stay pretty small because there's so little sunlight under the lodgepoles. The Engelmann spruce and the subalpine fir. There are creeks in the forest as well, and a lot of dead trees and leaves put up here. What kind of plants do you think live on the forest floor? There aren't a whole lot with the limited amount of sun, but some eke out a living here. Beargrass, huckleberry bushes that can't grow many berries, and a few flowers that can't flower all that well. Lupine, fireweed. With such a crowded forest, do you think a lot of animals would live here? The lodgepoles actually make it too crowded, and with so little sun, it's hard to find food and nutrients. Some animals pass through the area or use the forest temporarily, like elk. Elk hide amongst all the trees, living and dead during hunting season. Martens love to make their home in rotten logs by the creek, and voles use all the fallen logs like roads to make their way through the forest. Finally, there's a little animal that thrives in this habitat, pine beetles. Pine beetles eat pine trees, and when the trees are old like these, it's easy picking for the beetles because old trees can't produce as much protective sap. After a beetle has laid its eggs in a tree and thousands of larvae are born, they'll eat a tree from the inside out, eventually causing the branches and leaves to fall off. The forest doesn't remain like this forever though. During the summer, it gets hot, dry, and sometimes stormy. Storms produce lightning, and often without rain. When lightning strikes a dry tree, it'll catch on fire. The fire will move down the tree to the forest floor. When a fire is on the forest floor, it's called a surface fire. Luckily for this forest, the floor is still pretty moist, and the fire won't get very far. It might burn a couple plants out, but the trees won't die. Some summers, it's extra hot and dry, and most importantly, windy. In these conditions, the forest is ripe for even bigger change. When lightning strikes this time, the fire begins the same though. It'll travel down the initial tree, down to the forest floor. Soon, the wind will blow the fire up into the canopy of branches. Once the branches catch fire, the trees all catch on fire and it spreads around the whole forest. Soon, everything's going to be on fire. The animals can all run away, but plants can't. They'll all be burned up by the fire. After the fire, everything is dead. The trees are all burnt snags, the beargrass is all burnt up, the huckleberry bushes are just a bunch of sticks, and the flowers are just ash. The first sign of life comes with woodpeckers. Woodpeckers love to eat any of the beetles that are left behind in the dead trees. Once spring comes around, the plants start to grow back. Do you see the little pink circles under all the plants? Those represent roots, or other ways for the plant to stay alive during winter or after a fire. First, the wildfires grow back. They love all the sun, and all the nutrients from the ash and the burnt plants helps them grow. And soon they begin to spread. The forest turns into a big meadow of wildflowers, and then attracts a lot of new animals to come eat. The huckleberry bushes grow back, and they begin to grow berries. Beargrass comes back too, and eventually bears are attracted, especially by the berries. In a few years, the lodgepole pines begin to grow back. In a few decades, the forest will be full of lodgepole pines like it was before the fire. And then the cycle will start all over again. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and stay curious.